New details tonight as hundreds are fired up over the Governor Pillen's tax overhaul plan.
I think it's going to be a very difficult task to fix the tax code in Nebraska.
And the clock is ticking with time winding down before state senators debate a property tax cut. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ron Fowler. This long-awaited special session is now only 3 days away, and tonight it was the people's chance to tell their representatives what they want to see. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson joins us live now. Mackenzie, how was the public forum tonight?
Rod, Nebraskans pouring in these doors behind me and filling up the seats hours ago as they pleaded their case to senators. Many are criticizing Pillen's plan to cut property taxes.
It does need to be addressed, but not so drastic, with no plan and no real direction other than to throw the whole issue onto the unicameral to try and come up with answers to the problem he's going to create by doing this.
More than 300 people crowding into a room Monday evening with standing room only and the balcony full as property taxes and Pillen's special session pushed Nebraska to a boiling point. Immediately, a line forming with people who want to make their voices heard before state senators gather for the session, which starts on Thursday. The governor's plan to slash property taxes focuses on shifting public school funding from local taxpayers to the state. But one man says that idea could create future problems.
And I'm worried about the stability of funding for public education. If we take away the stable funding source of property taxes and give it to the state, given a recession, revenue will go down for the state, will funding for the schools go down.
To pay for the new education expenses, Pillen plans to eliminate more than 100 sales tax exemptions. He says that will provide nearly $100 million. The governor is promising not to tax any food, medicine, farming equipment, and more. But those at the forum say the sales tax changes will hurt those who can least afford it.
Now they want to shift property tax onto sales tax, which affects the lower earners the most, and I think that's a problem.
I think property taxes are too high, but I think in general it's a really bad idea to lower taxes on richer people and pile them on poorer people.
Emotions running high as Nebraskans tell personal stories of how they have been affected by rising property taxes, with some saying they will need to leave the state if things don't change. But most everyone at the forum is in agreement that a few weeks will not be enough for state senators to come up with a solid piece of legislation.
A year probably would not be enough time to really be fair to everyone.
Not even close. 2 weeks is to redo a whole tax code. That's impossible.
Some are also frustrated that the governor wasn't in attendance to hear the public's thoughts on his own plan.
I'm really glad to see these state senators get together because the governor himself would not come to Lincoln to hear us.
Was in a media briefing with the governor earlier today, his team telling us just moments before starting that we weren't allowed to use any quotes. Instead, the event was only meant to clear up questions about the plan. The 49 state senators are set to be back in the state capitol building this Thursday for the start of the session. Reporting in Lincoln, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.